everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. Thanks for joining us today. Just a couple notes, I guess, before we get started. First, the session will be recorded, and we will post it tomorrow in our blog at eDirectory.com. So if you miss anything or want to check back later, you can go to eDirectory.com under the blog section, and you'll have a copy of today's webinar. The other thing is, if anybody has any questions or comments during the webinar, please post them right into the chat, and we will stop periodically to answer questions as well as answer more at the end of the webinar on this topic or anything else that you'd like. And Gabriel just posted contact email addresses as well, so feel free to contact us at those email addresses that are in the chat there. Okay, well, great. So anyway, our team today, I'm James, I'm the CEO of the company, and with us today we have Emerson and Gabriel, who are from our marketing team. Welcome, Emerson. Welcome, Gabriel. How are you guys doing today?
Doing fine, James. Thank you.
Great.
Okay, thank you. Doing fine.
Fantastic. And then we have just a couple announcements on next events here. Emerson, are you able to pull up those slides for? Yeah, great. For next events, so on September 13th, we have a great webinar about artificial intelligence prompts for content and strategies. That should be a good one. On September 27th, we're going to do one on AdSense alternatives to monetize your site. So AdSense is Google's product that allows you to put sort of snippets on your website and generate some revenue from traffic that comes there. But in addition, there's a bunch of other alternatives to that you can use to generate some revenue. So we'll talk about those. And then on October 11th, custom pages for location and category. And you can sign up for those at eDirectory.com /webinars. Great. And for anybody new here today, just a quick little background on the eDirectory platform. It is a platform for building directory-style websites. It's used for all sorts of industries and purposes. Yellow page type websites, online guides, vendor directories, anything where you typically have a listing. Also, we have all sorts of other content available, content modules available, from events to coupons, deals, classifieds, etc. As well. It is highly customizable. There is a WYSIWYG interface that you can drag and drop widgets around to move the content around. So it's very easy to configure to change it to make it fit your brand. Also, we have integrated mobile apps, native mobile apps that you can install under your own iPhone and Android store accounts that are built out with your branding and everything. That have live connection to the data on the website. Also, we spent a lot of time doing SEO optimization so that the sites rank really well. They're really good at lead generation. And we have the source code available if you need a source code version where you can do customizations or do integrations with your own team. We have a team that can do customizations for you as well. And visit eDirectory.com to schedule a private demo. Okay. And so now we're going to talk today about integrations to power up your site. These are integrations with external systems, widgets, etc. And at this point, I will turn it over to Emerson. Thanks, Emerson.
Okay, thank you, James. So eDirectory has a lot of built-in features, hundreds, thousands of them, that are essential for you to manage your website, for the website and its visitors. For example, the GDPR automatically on the forms. You have the sign up as user, review systems, all of these standard and built-in features. Also for a website and advertisers, the quick sign up to be an advertiser, the billing reminder emails, a lot of built-in features. So it comes to the point that why we need additional resources, because we have some specific needs that we need to be covered during the visitor or even on the advertiser's journey, that can vary based on the project's niche, objective, target, location, etc. Some people build websites just like on the sample here for music or other stuff. And why we do not develop our own audio features, for example, because these companies are focused on developing and maintaining these additional resources, these other features. So you can add them on your eDirectory very easily. And the most common integrations available you can have is cookie banner, consent, or an advanced GDPR external tool, for example. You can add a chat feature. You can add accessibility features, booking engines on the listing detail pages, weather widgets if you have a website for tourism or a local guide, for example. You can add external news, for example, on your homepage to have more content for your visitors. You can add user tracking tool, just like Hotjar. We have a great webinar on this topic that gives a lot of insights to improve your pages. You can integrate with a CRM, for example, if you want to better manage your advertisers and potential advertisers. You can integrate with external email marketing tools, from collecting subscribers and even using the tool to send mass email. And for another things, just like file download, if you're building a landing page and offering a lead magnet, for example, you can use external tools. These are the most common that we see on our daily interaction with our customers. And how to integrate external tools inside the directory. We have 4 basic ways to do that. The first one is with on-page scripts. Scripts are pieces of codes that these tools provides that you can and you must paste that on the code of your website. You can do that on page with the custom content widgets on the level of the page editor. It's very simple. I can show you how to do that. For the listing detail page, we have the HTML editor plugin that you and your advertisers can use to paste these scripts, like the booking engine, the external reviews, for example. Some of them you can integrate in your website using Google Tag Manager. It's another free tool of Google that helps you to insert codes and this piece of codes, these scripts inside your website. And the last form of integration is to ask for a customization. If it's too complex or if you need a very heavy system or change the way the software works, then you can always ask for a customization and have your goals achieved this way. So these are the basic questions, the basic forms of integration. Let me show you our test website that I can show you some of these integrations. This is our test website. Let me reload this so we can see a few more things. On the left, you can see this social sharing bar. It's an external tool that helps you to have your content displayed and shared across many social networks. This one is called Send Pulse, that it's for web push notification, so you can take advantage of this tool as well. There are paid versions, free versions of all these tools. We're not affiliated, endorsed by any of them. It's just regular tools we see on our daily use of websites. We have this accessibility tool that's very special and very important, especially for the American portion of our customers. So you can offer this accessibility right.
Yeah, what it means by accessibility is it's for people with disabilities. So it has like font sizes and other things in there that can work with people for disabilities. Just to let you know.
I mentioned the chat feature, so you can integrate with Google Tag Manager, for example. All of these tools are integrated here by Google Tag Manager. If we go to one of our sample listings, I can show you. We showed a few times before this kind of integrations using the HTML editor plugin. So you can place, for example, a booking engine system, external system on the listen detail page. And you can even create reviews, external reviews for your pages. Let me check where's my reviews here. I had one set up. Okay, it's here. So besides the directory reviews, you can put, for example, Google reviews. It's an external tool. We are using this free one from Elf-Site Apps. They have free version and paid version. The free version, the paid version won't display their brand, so it's a good option for you to explore what you can do. There's a lot you can integrate to your sites in your homepage or in your listing detail page. Integrations focused on the business listed on your website. You can do that on behalf of your advertisers, so you can get more revenue by offering this additional service, adding more content to their listing detail page. There is a lot you can do with these type of integrations. Another sample I have prepared here is like a countdown. Where is the page? Oh, this page. So let's say you are running a marketing initiative, an offer, a promo, you have this landing page, a lead magnet, for example, you can integrate like this countdown here. So you can configure whatever you want and the behavior, and you can create another page. It's in Portuguese. I'm sorry I didn't update this page, but that's it. You can create a page and host a file for download, so you can have this strategy if you're offering a lead magnet on a promo initiative, for example. And that's pretty much it for today. So we have this. If you want to, I can show you Google Tag Manager. It's good to show how quick it is to integrate things, just like the chat here. So let me open the page. We have the Tag Manager page, and we have our Site Manager page. The integration with Google Tag Manager is very simple. It's out of the box. You just have to.
And for anybody that's not familiar with Google Tag Manager and how this works, essentially what Google does is that you can put in a bunch of different tags from a bunch of external components inside a Google Tag Manager and manage them there. And then you only need to put one key inside of eDirectory. And that Google kind of consolidates all of that for you, makes it a lot simpler to manage. So put your tag manager ID in here, and then all the extra components you can just put into Google Tag Manager interface itself.
Yeah, so it's very simple to use. So when you get your container ID from Google Tag Manager, paste and save it on Google Integrations portion of the website.
And it's kind of industry standard. That's why we use Google Tag Manager. This is kind of how things are done these days with including external components.
Yeah. And just for those who are not familiar with the language and terms we use here, the tag is just this piece of code. It's just an action you want your website to perform, or this integration. So we have this for the live chat we see on the website. It's simple. You sign up for an account with live chat, they will give you this code. This is the tag, the script, the code you want to put inside the code of your website. So you paste it here, you choose a trigger. Trigger is when this is going to work on your website. So it's on all pages. So in every page of my website, live chat will appear. That's the summary of how Google Tag Manager works. So I create a tag, I add a trigger, I save, publish it, and that's it. I have a live chat on my website. So working with Google Tag Manager is very, very simple. Now, for the page editor, let me show you how I did that
We just had
countdown.
we just had a question come in. What's the direct link for Google Tag Manager? And it's just tagmanager.google.com. I think Gabriel will post that in for you in a second. It's also linked out of that knowledge base article that Gabriel just posted.
Yeah. So on page editor, so we have on the menu design menu, page editor. Let me pick the page I created for this is here. Let's go over Miami. So I created this custom content widgets and editing the HTML through this source button here. I simply paste the script for that countdown. I grab from another website, save the changes, and that's it. Very, very simple. So using the custom content widget to include integration on your website is very easy. For the content, we have on our website the HTML editor plugin. So let me show you that sample for a delete. And for Adelitas, I use a visual booking feature. So we can see the dates, we can pick up the dates, but we can also put a call to action button. That's just a link. So it's another way to integrate with this external tools. More simple than that, but it's another option. But the HTML works the same way. It will show just like this. It's an editor, a text editor. You hit the source button and paste the booking engine script. So it's very simple. So you can do that on behalf of your advertisers. Your advertisers, if they're versed enough for that, they can do that on their own too. It's very simple. It's not rocket science. Yeah, very straightforward. And there are lots of sites available that provides these different widgets, these tools that you can grab. Most of them work nicely with the HTML editor and with Tag Manager.
Okay, well, great. Thanks, Emerson. I guess let's open it up to questions at this point. So let me see. And thanks again, everybody, for joining today. I'll go from the top of the list. Comment from Laura. Hello and nice office. So thank you for my virtual office. Okay, next question. Is there a dark mode for the iOS and Android apps? Do you know, Emerson, if we have a dark mode on our mobile apps, our native mobile apps? There's certainly a bunch of different configurations in terms of color and stuff. I don't know if we have a
not a button exclusively for dark mode.
Okay, we don't have a dark mode, but I'll talk to our team and just see what's involved with that. Usually it's very simple to do that. It's just some switches of if it goes into dark mode, then it changes the background and the font colors and that sort of thing. So I'll talk to them and maybe we get that on the backlog as far as that goes. Question from Scott. I'm not tech savvy, and so part of my question. My primary question, are there any good AI interfaces, artificial intelligence interfaces? If so, will you identify them at the upcoming AI webinar? Yes, so actually we're building integration with ChatGPT, and it's almost done actually. It's looking pretty good, and so we hope to have that out in the next few weeks actually. So hopefully very, very soon within the site manager area, when you're adding and editing listings, you'll be able to lean on some of these on some ChatGPT in terms of helping you do some of the content writing for that. In terms of external interfaces that help you with AI, we will certainly look at that and be able to answer you on the next webinar, as far as that goes. Any other comments on that, Emerson or Gabriel?
No, we are using more the Chat GPT, but we've tested also the Google one, the Facebook
Bard.
one. They have a very good one as well, but we'll be focusing on the Chat GPT interface.
Yeah, ChatGPT, they have the API interface and all that stuff already done, so it makes sense to just plug that in. It seems to work pretty well. So hopefully you'll be happy with that. But we'll review more in the upcoming webinar. Next question. Can we control what site visitors or advertisers have access to if we don't want them to be able to create their own categories or edit the code? We do have some access permissions for the site manager for admins. So if you're if you don't want some of your staff members to have access to the billing part of the system, or you only want them to be able to edit content but not be able to edit templates or categories, those kind of things, that can be done. But in terms of editing, advertisers, I think generally don't have access to be able to like just create categories and stuff. They can manage their own listing and that sort of thing. Site visitors is sort of a view on the content. I think or edit code, yeah, obviously they can't. It's only logged in admin users that can do that. So I think what you may be asking is if your team, if you can control access to that. Yeah, we do have pretty good filters in terms of controlling site manager, administrator access levels and those sort of things. If you need something else, I think it's probably best you just reach out to an account manager and we can kind of discuss what you're trying to do there for that. So if we can note that, have just somebody reach out to Mike and we can see what
Yeah.
what
And
he-
James, there's also the approval requirements, so we can put everything on approval mode as an approval queue. So
yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. So the content that's added by users, there's moderation queues in there where it doesn't go live immediately, so you can check if they're going to post something inappropriate and just delete it before it goes live. So there's some features along that as well. Okay, great. Next question. Scott just wanted to comment that he meant AI integrations instead of interfaces. Yes, so we have the integration and that's looking real good, and so we'll review that I think during the next webinar. As far as that goes. Okay, well, great. Okay, another question came in. May need a hand with this piece. Paste this code as high in the head of the page as possible. So that's basically they're asking you to post the snippet towards the top of the code line, and that depends potentially on where the custom content widget goes. So you could put the custom content widget above the header, even potentially for that. I think we have another way, depending on what it is, like if it's a key, to post that into the header widget, I think, for some of those things, Michael. So do you have any comment there, Emerson, on what he's trying to do? It sounds like he's trying to post a tracking.
I think he's trying to, there's a message from Google that says that you should copy and paste the Google tag code into, let's say, the eDirectory code. So that you don't have to do that.
You don't have to worry about
just paste it inside the dashboard, as Emerson just showed.
Yeah.
That will solve the problem.
Yeah, the tag manager integration handles all that. So what you need to do is just put in your key in the site manager for tag manager, and then it's all that integration is already set and done. So you don't have to worry about how high it is if you're using Google Tag Manager. If you are instead using the custom content widget to post some things in there, that's a different thing. And you may want to see if you can drag that custom content up higher rather than lower. But I don't even know if that really matters. It really depends.
Yeah, in a few specific cases for these integrations, they can use the page editor on the home page. There is the advanced SEO portion. I can show you very quickly.
Yeah, pop that up real quick.
Yeah.
That might be helpful to see that on the screen. So
okay, so in some cases, you can go to Design tab, Page Editor, Home page. We're going to edit this page And here, SEO and advanced options, you have add a tag on page header. Sometimes this will work, but it also it can break your site as well. So you can test and see if it happens, if it works well, etc. So it depends on the integration we're trying to paste here.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend people use the Google Tag Manager instead of using that unless it's some specific instance. Often that was used for tracking codes, not like visual integration widgets or those type of things. It was just like Google Analytics, third-party analytics tracking, those kind of things in there for that. But if you do need a tag in the page header, you can use that field as well as just a custom content. Next question. Would you recommend using, what would you recommend for doing a survey for visitors, a form that would allow us to collect information from visitors? We are looking for drop down and check boxes. The obvious one is obviously Google Forms. I don't know if that's probably the best one though. What do you think, Emerson, in terms of a widget to do surveys?
We have the lead gen widget that we can create forms so people can answer.
Are you able to pop that up
questions
real quick and maybe show them that? There's a bunch of third-party ones too that may have some more formatting options. But yeah, maybe if you're able to just show that widget really quick. And so this is sort of built into eDirectory, but it's fairly simple in terms of layout and all of that. So the lead form. But if you need like advanced handling in terms of what happens to the survey results, those sort of things, instead of them just going into the leads, this thing here, you can create text fields and all those kind of things in there.
Yeah, you can add new fields, different
new
types of fields,
paragraph, checkbox, right? So you can use that form there, and that if that meets your needs, I'd recommend using that because it's a nice integration. But also you can put in a Google form. What are some other ones? Is it typeface?
Typeform.
Typeform,
I guess. Yeah.
Typeform's another one that's well known. So there's a bunch of them out there. Any type of survey thing, they typically have a little widget you can integrate, and you just copy the snippet and add it as a custom content widget there.
Yeah.
I think that also
some of
email senders, they also have some type of poll that you can use, let's say MailChimp or HubSpot, something like that.
Yeah, you can personalize the subscription form and embed that on their pages. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, great. Okay, any more questions? Last call for questions here. Hope we answered everything. And the one comment I wanted to make here at the end is just really think about your user experience. If you had too many of these third-party pieces in here, your site will turn out to be like a Frankenstein kind of thing. So just think about it. Do you really need it as a good, positive user experience before you start adding stuff just because it kind of, is shiny or cool? Is kind of my advice there. But otherwise, last call. It looks like no more questions, guys. So I wanted to thank everybody for joining today, and come back for us. We do every other Wednesday. We run a webinar, and if anybody has any suggestions for us or future webinars, don't be shy. Reach out. I think we post the emails in the chat here. And thanks again. Have a great day. Our support team is available if anybody needs help on eDirectory.com via live chat or email. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.